Many people lead ineffective lives not because they don't want to perform the best actions, but because they are unclear on what the right action is. Their plea is, somebody please clarify for me what is my duty in life, and then I'll go about doing it. But if there is confusion on what is the right action for me and what is wrong, then how can I proceed in the right direction? One man was standing at the crossing. He said, "Sir, how do I go to Vrindavan?" A bystander said, "Take this road." He went 3 kilometers and then started thinking, this is not the right road. He returned. He asked somebody else. That person said, "You were going in the wrong direction, go this way." He went 2 kilometers in that direction, then became disappointed and returned. In this way, he did a lot of movement, but remained exactly where he was. So, what is our duty as a human being? The Vedas talk of 3 paths. Yogastrayo maya prokta nrinam shreyo vidhitsaya Jnanam karma cha bhaktischa nopayo nyosti kutrachit. The Srimad Bhagavat says, look, there is karma, jnana and bhakti. The Devi Bhagavat Puran reiterates, Margastrayo me vikhyata moksha prapta unagadhipa karma yogo jnana yogo bhakti yogascha sattama. There is one karma yoga, one jnana yoga and one bhakti yoga. But why are there only 3 paths? Can't spiritual scientists innovate and create a 4th path to the Supreme? After all, in the material realm, there are so many new inventions coming out. Well, innovation can never go against nature. And there is a reason behind these 3 paths. What is that? You may have heard a name for God, Sat Chit Anand. The Vedas say Satyam Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This Sat, Chit and Anand refer to 3 Swarup Shaktis of the Supreme. The nature of Sat is Karma, the nature of Chit is Jnana, and the nature of Anand is Bhakti. So the Supreme has 3 natures. As His tiny fragmental parts, we too reflect these 3 natures. Congruent to them are the 3 paths to God realization. But the question then arises that do we need to do all 3 or just one? Will they all lead to the same goal or to different goals? Is there an eligibility for entering them? Is there a sequence? Like you first go to primary school, then middle school, then high school, likewise first to Karma, then Jnana, then Bhakti, or first Karma, then Bhakti, then Jnana, or first Bhakti, then Jnana, then Karma. This is the riddle before us Hindus. Many lifetimes go by and the answer still does not become clear. People say, Swamiji, I have been doing Satsang for the last 25 years. And how have you been doing Satsang? Everybody, all the Pandits, Kathavachaks, etc., Ramayanis, Bhagavatkars who came to my Delhi Mahanagar, I went to attend their Satsang. So you must now have complete clarity on the pathway to God realization. No, Swamiji, there is a doubt. One said, read the Hanuman Chalisa. Second said, do japa. Third said, do meditation. The fourth said, do tratak dhyan. And the fifth said, you must practice vipassana. The sixth said, go on Char Dham Yatra. The seventh said, do havan. I did a little of this, a little of this, a little of this, a little I remembered wrongly, a little I mixed it up and made khichdi. Well, that is all okay. But it's like digging wells for water. You dig 3 feet one place and say, this is leading to nowhere, chuck it. You start digging in another place, go 4 feet and say, I'm getting rocks. It is futile. In this way, you dig 50 wells and the water does not emerge anywhere. Instead, if you understood clearly and began digging and digging and digging at 100, 200, 300 feet, you would definitely strike water. So let us understand between these 3 paths. The first is the path of Karm. Karm actually refers to the rituals, like the Vedic fire sacrifices, yagyas, etc. These are very intricate ceremonies. And to get the fruit of them, all the 6 upkarans must be correct. Desh, Kal, Padarth, Karta, Mantra, Karm. Shadbhi sampadyate dharmaha teti durlabhatara kalau, the Dharma Shastra says. Like for example, if you are reciting a mantra, every swar of every syllable must be perfectly done. If you read the Vedas, you'll find there's a horizontal line, there's a vertical line, there's a dot. Swamiji, is that a spelling mistake? No. It's an indication of the swar that must be enunciated, and the Pandits indicated by the hand, those who are knowledgeable. Tachakshur deva hitam purasta chukramucharata pashyema sharadah shatam jivema sharadah shatam shrunuyama sharadah shatam pravravama sharadah shatam adina syama sharadah shatam bhuyascha sharadah shatata. However, the caveat here is there must be not a single mistake in a single swar. Like for example, if you are working in an electric powerhouse, don't touch the wrong line, or there will be no leniency, you will be finished. Likewise, the karma kand in the Vedas must be correctly done. That is the reason why in the age of Treta, when Dashrath wished to perform the Putreshti Yagya, there was only one Brahman in Bhumandal who was competent to do it. Vasisht did not do it. He called Shringi. Shringi Rishihi Vasishta Bulava Putra Kama Shubha Yagya Karava. And this is also the reason why in the age of Dwapar, when the Pandavas wished to perform the Rajasuya Yagya, they said, we would like Sri Krishna Jagat Guru to be the Acharya, because if he is, there will be no shortcoming. And if there is a shortcoming, then what kind of a Yagya there is? Sri Krishna said, I will accept the duty on one condition. Every priest, scholar, Vedic Pandit who comes, I will lift their plates after they have eaten. Pandava said, Maharaj, you are our Ishtadev and we get you to do such a seva. Sri Krishna said, in that case, I will not be Acharya. The Pandavas said, if you like this seva, then what can we do? Needs to hell bali jao, but you have to be the Acharya of the Yagya. Now, in the age of Kali, it is literally impossible to do these ceremonies. And if you actually fulfill all the conditions, what is the fruit? Swarga kamo yajet. You are promoted to the celestial abodes. That is not the ultimate goal of spirituality. The aim of spirituality is the inner purification of the mind, the cultivation of noble virtues, the upliftment of your soul, and the attainment of God realization. Let us read about the difference between religious practices and spirituality from my latest book, Spiritual Secrets from Hinduism. Every religion in the world has two dimensions: its religious aspect and its spiritual principles. What does each encompass? The religious part includes procedures of worship, including customs, rituals, and practices. The other, the spiritual part, is its very life. Spirituality is about one's inward journey to purify the mind, cultivate noble virtues, and grow in love for God. For example, in the Hindu tradition, if you visit the four dhams, you are being religious. But if you undertake an inner journey within yourself, you are being spiritual. If you recite prayers from a book, you are being religious. If you develop a prayerful heart, you are being spiritual. If you wear tilak marks and rosary beads, you are religious. But if you decorate your heart with ornaments of good virtues, you are being spiritual. When the goal is spiritual upliftment, what purpose do religious customs serve? Forget the complicated rituals such as the yagyas, the simple day-to-day rituals that are a part of religion. Well, the thing is that the spiritual journey is a very subtle one, which the masses cannot connect with. If you ask them, sit down and meditate on God, they will find it, vast majority, very difficult or impossible. But if you tell them, look, go to the temple and offer your pranam, people will find it so easy. That is why religion makes spirituality accessible to the vast population. It also creates a formal structure by which these traditions can be passed down from age to age. In modern times, amongst the youth in India, it has become a kind of a fashion to say, I am spiritual, I reject all religious customs. You tell them, go to the temple. I am just spiritual, and going to temples has no relevance to my life. But the point is, are they actually spiritual? If they are sincere, are they connected from within, or simply creating an excuse to avoid the encumbrance of traditions? So, religion, the traditions, customs, rites, rituals do serve a purpose, and they must not be marginalized. At the same time, they must not be overemphasized either. All the Bhakti saints who came around 500 years ago, this was their teaching. Look, the essence of it all is love for God. Pothi padhi padhi jag mua, pandit hua n koya, dhai akshar prem ke, padhe so pandit hoya. You keep on reading the scriptures. That doesn't qualify you to be a pandit, but master the 2.5 syllables, prem, a love for God, and you will be the real scholar. So the saints revealed it in their lives as well. Sant Ravidas has been a very famous saint, also reputed as the guru of Mirabai. And she writes in her bhajans, Guru Mile Ravidasiya. So Ravidas was a cobbler by profession residing in the holy city of Kashi. While he would work, a Pandit would visit him in the morning. And the Pandit would say, Ravidas ji, come join me for a bath in the holy Ganga. Let's go to the ghat. Ravidas would respond with his favorite, now famous words, Jo man changa, to kathauti mein Ganga. If the mind is pure, Ganga resides in a pot. But one day the Pandit insisted that you must accompany me. Ravidas, he took 2 bananas and gave to the Pandit and said, please offer these from my side to Mother Ganga. The Pandit had faith in the sage and obeyed. When he reached the ghat and lifted the bananas towards the river, a huge hand emerged from Gangaji and accepted the bananas to the astoundment of the Pandit. But he was further amazed when the hand returned with a golden bracelet, and Mother Ganga spoke with the most melodious voice. Please offer this gift to sage Ravidas. The Pandit pocketed the golden bracelet, and temptation entered his mind. It's such a valuable thing, why should I give it to Ravidas? He went and sold it to the jeweler. The jeweler was amazed. The wife of the rich merchant came, and he multiplied the cost manyfold and sold it to that wealthy lady. The lady reached the court of the king of Kashi. The queen saw the bracelet and said, will you sell this to me? She purchased it for 10-fold the price, but then made an urgent demand. I wish to buy the second of this set. Bracelets come in pairs. Please arrange for it. The wealthy lady went to the jeweler. The jeweler said, I had got it from the Pandit. When the Pandit was pressed to produce the second one, he realized he was now in trouble. He went and confessed before Sant Ravidas. Ravidas said, never mind, I'll tell Gangaji to gift a second one. Pandit said, should we go to the ghat? There is no need. Jo man changa to kathauti mein Ganga. He said an earnest, sincere prayer. And from the pot itself, the hand of Mother Ganga manifested with the second bracelet. The problem was solved. So, religion is the external traditions. You go bathe in the sacred rivers, go and visit the holy places. And spirituality is your inner connect, which is the real core of it all. The religious traditions are important as long as you have not made the inner connect. Once that is done, the same thing that was serving as a ladder becomes an encumbrance. That is why Narad ji says in the Bhakti Darshan, Karmanapi sanyasyati, reject all these rituals. Vedanapi sanyasyati, kevalam avicchinnam anuragam labate, pure love. That is bhakti, raga nuga bhakti, unencumbered by unnecessary rituals. But this word karma has another aspect to it. It also refers to our social duties in this world, in contrast to spiritual duties. So what then is the mystery of social and spiritual duties we shall understand in the next episode of Spiritual Secrets from Hinduism.